Ace Nation, I am longtime fan Robert. Earlier tonight, Ace Pro Wrestling returned after a lengthy hiatus with Destined for Greatness 2013. What a great show this was. It certainly topped last year's D4G. We started out with a Fight for Flight qualifying match as we saw the magnificent Giovanni Maranca defeat Thomas the Gate Rodriguez, the Lost Boy Chris Reyes, and Chris Taylor. Great four-way matchup to start the show off. Second matchup saw Dan Murdoch defeat Darkseid in a very good match, and Darkseid really showcased what he could do in the matchup. Perhaps he'll be back in Ace in the future. From there, Mike Lewis comes to the ring and calls out Andrew Tiny Johnson and calls Tiny a bully and calls him a hypocrite, that he bullies people around. And Tiny was ready to beat Mike Lewis up, but out came the returning prodigy Nathan Banner and attacked Tiny from behind, and apparently that's the man who Mike Lewis has been buzzing about that will eliminate Tiny from Ace Pro Wrestling. Next, Tim Hughes was set for his matchup. Out comes the leader of La Casa Italiano, Lucky Zaccone, and announces the newest member of the group, and out came Moose, or Tommy the Moose, instead of the back of his gear, and Moose defeated Tim Hughes. Hopefully Moose will be around for the long haul. Next matchup saw Too Hot, Too Furious defeat the Minutemen. Yeah, very good matchup, and I think it's the best match I've seen Too Hot, Too Furious partake in. After intermission, the Middle East Connection defeat Quiet Riot in a match where the winning team would have their national anthem played. However, it appears actually Chris Caden jumped off the apron just as Hush Holiday needed him the most, and it appears Quiet Riot is no more. And after getting the win, Middle East Connection continued the onslaught, and they attempted to hang Hush with a noose until Jorge Luis Rivera jumped in and made the save. In another qualifying match in the Fight for Flight competition, Lou Torres defeated Psycho, Leon St. Giovanni, and Josh Starks. Pretty okay matchup. All four of these guys can go in the ring. From there, Jorge Luis Rivera beat Danny DeMonto, who made a shocking return after many years gone by. Pretty much won by disqualification when the Middle East Connection hit the ring, and at first DeMonto raised the hands of MEC until he clotheslined both members and shook hands with Jorge after the match. From there, the boss, Mike Morgan, comes to the ring and announces to the crowd that it's Big Jose's final night as he will be moving to the state of Oklahoma. He said that, Jose started out as a referee and moved up to being a ring announcer. He likes to see people move up. He announced that they were actually in high school together but didn't know each other back then. He said that the door will always be open for Jose to return if it ever happens. And he tells Jose, I know you got your stripes on. Take that off. I know you got your stripes on underneath. And allowed him to referee the next match. And Ken Carrera, who arrived at some point after intermission, took over the ring announcing duties, which saw the next match, Dickie Rodge defeat Brian XL to retain the Diamond Division Championship. And then in our main event, the New Age Wrecking Crew, represented by Vince Steele and Smith James, defeated the Movement, ending their one-year reign as the Ace Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions when returning New Age Wrecking Crew member Nikki Adams, who actually escorted these guys to the ring, she climbed the ladder and grabbed the belts for these two men. People were kind of unhappy with that finish, but, I've said for so long who was left for the Movement to defend the tag team titles against. Interesting night, folks. We had a night of Ace return. We had a night of debuts, returns, shockers. It was great sitting with Dan, Ryan, and Diane for this show. Nice seeing Millie. Millie, I hope Angie didn't get hurt at some point when, I forgot who did the suicide dives right in front of the two of you. pretty good crowd, I'd say, but I think people did leave as the show went on. Here's some memorable quotes. Right in the cannoli. Ryan, when I think Giovanni Maranca got hit in the balls. Da 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 da. Diane, when Darkseid said, "You can't touch this." And you're an asshole. Millie to Mike Lewis when he kept calling Tiny a bully. Oh, and how about that? Millie was chasing Mr. Mustafa during the Middle East Connection matchup. Another one. I'm security. Millie to Mustafa when he was screaming for security. Actually, since we know Ace is going to be in Newark on April 13th, I do have a match wish list. I'd like to see Alicia one-on-one with Nikki Adams, which I don't think has ever happened anywhere since Crossroads 7 back in July of 2011. I'd like to see the Caribbean Outlaws against the Middle East Connection. Hush Holiday one-on-one with Chris Caden. And, well, a lot of stuff happening. I wonder why Lucky Zacone didn't wrestle. He was originally going to wrestle Jorge one-on-one. Definitely a pretty good ladder match in the main event. And I wonder what caused Vince Steele to bleed, or if that was even planned. Smith James, you definitely want to make it big time in this business. And congratulations to you and Vince on winning those tag belts. Ace, what's going on with Bill Carr? Please bring him back. Still surprised Danny DeMonto was on this show. Didn't expect him of all names. I wonder who brought all those horns and noisemakers to this show. And I think when I mentioned the Middle East Connection that I'd rather see the Iraqi butchers. I think I forgot who found that funny or found that interesting. What a great a night of action this was, and Ace can continue to play your cards right, which I know you will, since there's shows lined up from here to May, and that pretty much will do it.